What is going on, all you Minties? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, and join me today as I go over my haul for the month of August of 2020. So, please stay tuned. Alright, we got a lot to talk about, so let's go ahead and get started with Fire Punch. So here is Fire Punch. It is parental advisory explicit content. This is a manga by Tatsuki Fujimoto, and it is set in a frozen dystopia. Let's see here. So there's some cannibalism here. The main reason I got this was because of the artwork. I'm a big fan of this type of art style, where it's detailed yet looks simplistic. And it was a pretty quick read, honestly. You have two orphan siblings. You have Agri and Luna. And both of them have special abilities. And I'm going to let you guess what those special abilities are. There's an ice witch that has frozen the world here in this frozen apocalyptic dystopia. But they're not the only ones with superhuman abilities. Like I said, I just picked up Volume 1 to try it out. It came out, I think, in 2018, so I may end up getting the rest of the series. 5 years later, Omnibus. And I bought this through the Abstract Studios website, which is Terry Moore's website. Pre-ordered it months ago, and I think it's already out now. You can get it at cheapgraphicnovels.com. But this came with a print that he signed, and I cannot flip through here, even though I am excited to read this because I love Strangers in Paradise, as you all know. It's one of my top 20 favorite non-superhero comics of all time, and this goes through the story of that. And this one was number 204 out of 600 of a limited print run. So, yes. Okay. I got to flip a little bit through here to show you some of the artwork. But 5 years later is not only the story of characters from Terry Moore's Strangers in Paradise, but also characters from Rachel Rising are supposed to appear. Echo and Motor Girl is what I think. So we will see what this is about. I can't wait to read this. The complete set of Buso Renkin. This is a manga. I think it got turned into an anime. This is the same guy that did Rurouni Kenshin. But you can tell the pages are yellowed, but that's okay. Thank you so much, Chris. This is awesome. He sent me all 10 volumes of this series. Like I said, I think it got an anime, if I'm not mistaken. But this is Buso Renkin. Prison Pit, the complete collection. This is a series by Johnny Ryan. And it's vulgar as hell. So if you're easily offended, this may not be for you. So this is a planet that pretty much just holds all the intergalactic criminals around our galaxies. Think Planet Hulk, but a lot more gruesome, violent, and gory. There's very little dialogue. It is easy to follow. I think these were originally printed in 6-volume trade paperbacks. I can't even talk about who the the main characters. Okay. His name is F-Face. I'll say that. His name is F-Face. And he is pitted against all these different beings from the different galaxies. And he's got to survive on this planet. Like I said, it is a pretty easy read. I've read half of it already when it first came in a couple of weeks ago. But I'm excited to finish it. It is a smaller size. Now let me show you compared to... I'll look at Death of X next. Here it is compared to the size of a trade paperback. So it's not your average run-of-the-mill printing. So it's a smaller scale book. Death of X. Why did I get this? Oh, because I didn't have it. And at the end of the year, I want to do a comprehensive reading order of X-Men, including everything. Trade paperbacks, oversized hardcovers, epic collections. So I had to include this. For some reason, I thought I had it, and I was looking through my books, and I did not have it. So, you know, people have asked me what I do to keep up with my books, like what software I use to keep track of my books. Let's look at the next book really quick. And that is Starjammers by Warren Ellis and Carlos Pacheco. There's also a story here from X-Men Unlimited, by John Ostrander. The 2004 series by Kevin Anderson and Alejandro Garza. But look at this phenomenal artwork. And as far as categorizing my books, I don't have a software for that. When I used to be heavy into collecting video games, I used to use a software on the Apple called Delicious Library. But there's really not something like that. Really, this is all in my head. I feel it's weird, and my wife makes fun of me when I let somebody borrow a book and they've kept it too long, and I'm looking at my bookcase and I'm like, wait a minute, I feel a disturbance in the force. Something is missing from here. She always asks, how can you possibly know that? I just know these things. So this is the Starjammers books. There were a couple of Starjammer books that came out last year. This is the one that I missed. There's one, of course, the classic 2-issue miniseries was collected, the one by Dave Cockrum. But this is the one that happened in the 90s and then in 2004. But this is Starjammers. When I was doing my Batman reading order, I noticed I was missing this book. Is it necessary? Hell no, this is not necessary, but I love Scott McDaniel. This has issues of Detective Comics, but it's not in continuity. It is not canon at all, because this takes place in this video game world of imposters. So it's, like I said, the Gotham City imposters. It's not necessary for the Batman reading order, because it's a standalone story that is non-canon. But I had to get it, because I'm a completist. What is a haul without an omnibus? So I got a couple of new Teen Titans, and then of course something else I rebought that I'm sure most of you saw already on the thumbnail or have heard me talk about, but I'll look over those here in a second. But this is New Teen Titans Volume 3, and I also got Volume 4. We have a Volume 5 that was announced, and I don't know the date of yet, but it's supposed to be coming sometime later this year. A lot of dates have changed. So, yeah, I'm hoping that it still comes. So this is not just George Perez. Now he's also joined by other artists in here, like Eduardo Barreto, Romiel Tangal. But it is still Marv Wolfman writing all of Teen Titans. And you're probably wondering why I bought this if you saw my custom bound copies. Well, the custom bound books that I have are from the standard edition, the normal comic book size comics. I love artwork that is oversized. And honestly, not just that, but the touch-ups, right? Like a lot of those, you probably notice the pages are yellowing, because that's what tends to happen when you have comic books for a long time and like to read them. But these, this looks great. The artwork looks awesome. George Perez's artwork still looks phenomenal. And I said that those other artists join here, but it's mainly still George Perez doing most of the work here. So it collects issues 42 through 58, annual number 3. And then the second volume of New Teen Titans, the first 9 issues of New Teen Titans. So these right here. You probably noticed that the color looks a little bit different when you're looking at pages like this. They were really going for epic storytelling when the series got rebranded or renumbered. And just look at the amount of detail on George Perez's artwork. Oh, I need to keep going. And here is volume 4. Like I said, by now, George Perez is kind of stepping back from these. He's still drawing some, but not as much as he used to. So it's nice because these were omitted from the third omnibus. So this collects, again, volume 2 of New Teen Titans, issues 10 through 31, as well as the first 2 annuals, and then Omega Man 34. Just showcasing some more of this artwork. Let's look in the back here. I'm not sure how much extras they keep in the back. I haven't done a proper overview of these, so it looks like they have the Tales of the Teen Titans back here. The covers in the back. Alright, that's cool. Maybe I'll do a proper overview of all 4 of these. Or maybe when the 5th one comes out, I'll do an overview. I can't remember if I showed this off or not. This is the deluxe edition of Green Arrow Volume 1. I found it over here in a stack of books that I was supposed to be giving away. And I'm like, wait a minute. I bought that. I don't think I'm supposed to be giving that away. Not that I don't buy things to give away, but I thought I had this to upgrade my trade paperback. But yes, this is Green Arrow Year 1, a retelling of his origin by Andy Diggle, and Jock is the artist on there. Ooh, I really like his stuff. I was a big fan of The Losers, mainly because... Now, you've seen my overview of Batman by Grant Morrison, Omnibus Volume 3. This wraps up the run. And, yeah, I've talked about this on the Batman Comprehensive Reading Order and the overview of the book, as well as the overview of Green Arrow, The Lone Bow Hunter Saga, Volume 1. Now, I know that at Diamond, this book is out of print. I don't know if it's out of print at Lunar or Midtown Comics. Penguin Random House, I think Cheap Graphic Novels is still trying to get some from Penguin Random House. It makes it really difficult when DC has different distributors, you know, to keep tabs on what really is out of print and what isn't. But I know that at least at Diamond, it is out of print. It's gone. At this moment, I just want to remind you all to smash that like button, ring that bell for notifications. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. What are you waiting for? We put out videos every day. Check us out on Patreon, Redbubble, great ways to support the channel, and thank you to our existing patrons. Another shout out coming. A big thank you to my buddy Philip Evans for giving me a really damn good deal on the full set of Dorohedoro. So all 23 volumes. It was a really good deal. I couldn't refuse, and it's a series that I've read just the first couple of volumes, and I wanted to see where it went. And this is the type of artwork that is in here. And really, the plot centers around this guy named K-Man. And K-Man wakes up one day with a reptile head. And now he has to go on a journey to see who was it that transformed him and why they made him into this creature, into this reptile head creature. So he has no memory of that or of his former life, but I just wanted to show you some of the color pages that are found through here. This is part of the Viz signature series, so there are a little, yeah, they're $12.99 instead of $9.99, but they are gorgeous. Let's show some of the artwork in future volumes here. Now, I don't know how it finishes. I don't even know if there's an anime of this. That's how much I'm out of the loop on these things. But I'm trying to get back. After making my top 20 manga list of all time, I wanted to get back a little more into some manga. Here, let's look at another volume here. Dude kind of looks like guts right there. Actually, a lot of the artwork kind of reminds me a little bit of Berserk mixed with Gantz. There's definitely a lot of detail, more than there was in Gantz, but not as crazy as Berserk. And, you know, I go back and forth between manga and then, I guess, what some would call traditional comics with American and Western comics. And then, well, now there's also European comics. So, I don't know. I know there's a lot of people out there like me that can go back and forth. But not everybody's that lucky, or I like to say lucky, that can go between manga and then American comics. A lot of people have problems reading right to left, or just problems with comics that are in black and white. Me, I'm just a fan of graphic novels, so if a story is told visually, then I'm going to try to enjoy it as much as I can. What is up? Man, that cover. Alright, let's keep going. I used to have the oversized editions of Fairy Tail, but last year I heard a horrible rumor, and it's not really a rumor, that those got canceled. And they Kodansha started making these box sets. So I wanted to check them out. So there's a set of stickers that come in here. Nothing really special about the books themselves. This is Fairy Tail, by the way. I even forgot to talk about what it was first. By Hiro Mashima. He is the studio mate of Oda, the guy that did One Piece. So that's why their art styles are very similar. He did one of my favorite manga, which was Rave Master. Tokyo Pop released it all, and I think Del Rey finished it out. But this is like Harry Potter meets Magical World is what this is like. And there is, I think that's it. Yeah, it's just a group of stickers. Other than the stickers, there's really nothing special about the box set. Nothing extra comes with it. It's just kind of bland. The retail price doesn't seem right, though, because it's $120, I think, is what the retail price is. Yeah, $120.89. It's odd. When you're paying that much for something gorgeous like the Magic Knight Ray Earth box sets, which the second one is due out sometime, I think, towards the end of this month. Alright, make fun of me all you want, but I went ahead and bought these again. Damn it, I'm so weak. So yes, I bought all of my Master of Kung Fu and Deadly Hands of Kung Fu Omnis. again. Let's look at Volume 1. The Hands of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. This is Volume 1. What is wrong with me? So I bought these back in 2017, I think, is when I got them all. Because Marvel had stated that they were only going to do one print run of these, and that was it after they were done. Because of copyrights material. And if you don't know what really the deal is, it's pretty much Fu Manchu's son is who Shang-Chi is. And that's why they couldn't use the characters from Fu Manchu, those novels, or the TV show, to keep making the comic books. So the rights, I think, for that character reverted back, so they couldn't reprint everything. As a matter of fact, whenever they were doing the What If comics, they left out What If number 16. It's in the Omnis here, because it had the character of Fu Manchu in it. So here is this again. Master of Kung Fu, the Omnis. I went ahead and got all 4 of the Master of Kung Fu, and then the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, the 2-volume set. And that's it. I was going to get these in complete... Here, let's look at another volume. I was going to pick these up in Epic format, because I could have sworn that the Epic format was the way that these were going to be printed. And then they started coming out with complete collections of the Masters of Kung Fu. So I thought about it, and then I missed out on Volume 1. I was trying to find it. I found a copy of it, and then I said, you know what? If I can find a deal for the Omnis again, I think I will go that route. And I did. So the ones that I sold, I think I sold these in 2018. And it was like instant, I remember it was instant remorse. Like I was like, oh no, why did I sell those? I really liked a lot of that stuff. Especially when we look at the Deadly Hands. Here's the other 2 volumes of Master of Kung Fu. They all have variant covers too, like direct market covers. And all of these are still in print, by the way, for now, as of this video. But let's look at Deadly Hands. It was just one of those moments that I regretted selling it. There's only been a handful of times that I have regretted selling something. And this was one of those times. So you can probably tell from this here, this reprints the magazines. You know, in the 70s, Kung Fu was blowing up here in America. Like, it was hot. Movies were coming out, TV shows were coming out, novels. So Marvel decided, you know, to start doing something and cashing in on this hype of Kung Fu mania that was going around. So this is where Master of Kung Fu came from. And it all started in the special Marvel edition number 15. So he was created by Steve Englehart and Jim Starlin, 2 names you are probably familiar with. And you see him cross over with other characters such as Iron Fist, or even the Daughters of the Dragons, Colleen Wig and Misty Knight. They show up here. So the series went on for a long time. All of it is collected in the Omnis, by the way. 125 issues, and plus the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu magazine. And it came back. They actually, Volume 4, this one here, reprints the 90s series, if I'm not mistaken. The stories here. Okay, from Marvel Comics Presents. And this right here. Yeah, I think this came out in 1990. The Return of Kung Fu. It doesn't include the Max series. Not that it really needed to or anything. So the other reason I went and bought these again was because we know there's a movie coming. And when there's a movie coming, there's going to be hype. And if it is true that Marvel had a 1-print run and 1 time only for these Omnis, then these might be gone by the time people take an interest in the character. So I FOMO'd myself is what I'm trying to say. There is wonderful, wonderful artwork, and of course, writers that work on this. Not just Steve Englehart, but also Chris Claremont, Bill Mantlo, Doug Minch. But then the artists, you have George Perez, Rudy Negres, Tom Greinberg, who I just talked about a little bit in the Silver Surfer book. I know some people are not fans. I don't know why not. Dan Day, Gene Day, Marshall Rogers, Mike Zeck, and I mentioned Jim Starlin. But the one I wanted to talk about, I had to go back here to Volume 2, is the guy that worked on it for years. And that is this gentleman right here, Paul Gulacy. So he is probably the one artist that a lot of people think of when they think of Shang-Chi, the Master of Kung Fu. So I could not talk about Paul Gulacy. If you guys want a proper overview of these books, let me know in the comments down below. Now, most of these books can be purchased from our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off the cover price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on packaging your books so they arrive safely and in excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. And check out their bargain bin for even greater deals up to 90% off cover price. And for you Minties, Cheap Graphic Novels is running a special promotion. If you're a first-time customer, let them know you were referred by Near Mint Condition at the checkout, and you'll receive a credit for free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for US customers. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discounts, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And that's it. That's my haul for August of 2020. I still got a bunch of books out there that shipped out a while back, but you know, shipping has been slow, and that's okay. Let me know in the comments down below what you picked up in the month of August, what you're trying to pick up here in the month of September. I know that first week of September, boy, that was rough. That was the whoop my wallet's ass day. But I would love to know all those comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. We put out videos every day. Ring that bell for notifications to let you know when our videos are going live. We can be found on Redbubble and on Patreon. Our Patreon has different tiers. We have a $1 tier, $5 tier. Check it out. They have different perks such as early access to videos. And more importantly, please everybody stay healthy, stay safe out there, and much love to all of you.